and the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flown lesson. Peace be
Young
unto you.
TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, Rabbi family, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We brought you on today because of the Tamahus. They all popping out the woodworks now. They saying, why y'all don't want to go with the African slave narrative we gave y'all no more? They making they hiding behind they got pictures up. They don't got their actual picture up. They just got you know, the rebel flag, which belong to us. These Tamahus, man, they heating up. Doc said that when the son of righteousness, the SUN returns, start heating up, they gonna have to get the hell on and go underground. They mad that we know that they all of what they said was a lie. The African narrative, that they came over here, enslaved us, this and that, is all a lie. They mad, y'all. But it's a wrap. We in the sun cycle now. They burning up by the hundreds of thousands. They getting took out by the sun, just like Doc said. Right? Meanwhile, we got people that say they follow Malachi, but they still talking religion. They still talking religion. They need to go back and read the Holy Tablets and read the chapter about Christianity and how the Tamahus set up all these religious cults like Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. Doc break all of it down in the Holy Tablets. But meanwhile, we got people still going around talking about, oh, Jesus gonna save us, or if Jesus did this. Man, shut up, bro. You behind, bro. You behind. So far, it's not even funny. Man, do you know that about the Spanish Inquisition? Why these people on all these platforms talking Christianity and they don't never mention the Spanish Inquisition and how they came and forced us, hung us, raped, pillaged, and murdered our people, all in the name of Jesus and the cross and the Pope? But they still promoting this shit to you, and they say that they advance people or they this or that. Man, don't believe them. Anybody coming talking religion, man, just skip right over them at this point in 2026. Because they working for the Tamahus, either knowingly or unknowingly. Right? We put these people out of our land. We're gonna be on Dr. Kia Pruitt page on Friday, breaking down the black nobility. Right? And like I said, these people need to go read the Holy Tablets again. Maybe they never read the whole Holy Tablets in detail like we did. Well, Doc break down how the Tamahus set up all these religious cults based on what they learned while they was over here in ancient Egypt. Yeah, that's right. I said over here in ancient Egypt. Meanwhile, you got people like Jabari and Umar and Professor Smalls, no sweat, who been biting down into the African narrative so long, been teaching the African narrative 30, 40 years, they afraid to admit that they was wrong. So they gonna just keep going along with it. Meanwhile, they all Freemasons and W.D. Du Bois followers. When we already proved, went live, me and Raw, and proved that W.D. Du Bois was an agent working for the FBI and COINTELPRO. Why people don't talk about the COINTELPRO? And 50 Cent is a sucker. 50 Cent is a sucker, man. Because he doing tapes trying to make the Moors look like the Moors were like we were criminals. He putting out scenes in the Big Meat show. He ain't showing the part about the COINTELPRO plan infiltrating these people, using their own people to infiltrate the Moors and plant drugs on them and plant kilos of dope in they temples so that they can bust them and claim that they were dope dealers. He ain't saying that. Yeah, on BMF on the last season, 50 Cent is showing he making the Moors like they was thugs and criminals. 50 Cent is a part of the agenda, y'all. You know he the new high table man since they got rid of Diddy. Diddy had to step down. He ain't over the high table no more in New York. 50 Cent is over the new high table. That's why they gave him his own liquor. You got to watch and see what these people are all about. In all of his series, somebody got to be same sex kissing. Two men got to be kissing, or two women got to be kissing. And all of his shows. It's part of it. He a part of the agenda. 50 Cent is a part of the agenda. And then he gonna go out and talk about Diddy. You know better than Diddy. People like that, man. But we post a couple clips on Facebook and Instagram, and the Tamahus and the African people. This is my thing. If you in America and you think you African, why don't you move to Africa? If you talking all this African shit, why you ain't helping Africans? We ain't no damn Africans over here. The Washita tribe ain't no Africans. We the mound builders. We've been over here before the word Africa even existed. You know what I'm saying? We've been over here before the word African even existed. The word Africa comes from the Romans colony of Far people in North Africa, not the Twa. They didn't call the Twa Africans. They didn't call the Watusi Africans. They didn't call the Sandsman Africans. They called the Afar people in 146 during the Punic Wars. That's when they started calling the Afar people Africans. And then later on, as they pillage and rape and conquer the rest of the country, now everybody Africans. These people that's talking this African shit, why they never mention Carlos Linnaeus? Carlos Linnaeus is the one gave you that African, the Africans are black, Europeans are white, and Chinese is yellow, and the Native American is red. Well, we the red man. We ain't black. Black is my shirt. Black is the color of my shirt. We ain't black. Who the hell is promoting this shit? And like I say, if you are African and you down and you say, oh, we Africans, why don't you carry your ass to Africa? Right? We kin to the Africans. Anybody with the con, because you got Africans, Puerto Ricans, Amaru cons. Keep in mind, Genghis Khan, 1 in every 200 people is kin to Genghis Khan. Yeah, and even some Africans tribes have stories about them migrating from over here. In one particular, the old Phoenicians, they left America. They found artifacts that the Smithsonian Institute is covering up in the Byron Cave in Illinois. They found Phoenician ships. Now, why is that happening? It's because the Yaku storyline really takes place in South America. Somebody said, "Oh, why? What about the Bering Strait?" Well, you need to go study animal migration, brother, and see that most of all the animals migrated from America, like the elephant, like the camels, like the horse. Like all these animals migrated from America over 6 billion years ago, right? So somebody was right. Somebody was moved. The humans migrated with them from America, from South America. See what they did is they switched. Why these people that's talking this African shit don't talk about how they switched the maps around? Do y'all know they switched the maps? I bet the people that's talking the African shit still think that the Garden of Eden is over in the Middle East. And there's no such thing as a fucking Middle East, by the way. That's a bunch of game. Where's the Middle East? Because the planet is round. You go far enough east, you'll be headed west. For you all you good old Freemasons talking about, oh, I'm going east, looking for light. Looking for light where? This is the game that they playing, and meanwhile, we got Tamahus who can leave comments, but they don't got no picture. You know, racist Tamahus are burning alive right now as we speak. They get took out by the hundreds and hundreds of thousands. The sun burning them up. That's why they kept on trying to run them chemtrails. They only can buy time though, because the sun don't wait on no man. You know what I'm saying? The sun finna beam down right in the crack of your ass and burn you up out of here like the zombies y'all are. The Tamahus are the real zombies. The Walking Dead. Caucus. What does that mean? What does caucus aging mean? Caucus mean a deteriorating flesh, dead body. The Walking Dead. So the Walking Dead is a mad right now that we found out all the truth about. Hey, we ain't no dang on Africans. We the real Americans. We are the Americans. The Moors. And I don't want to hear anybody out here talking against the Moors. I'm automatically putting them as an agent. To me, they working with the killer clowns. They working with the people who signed Executive Order 6102 to rob us of all our natural wealth. They working with the same people who signed House Joint Resolution 192 to put us into this fiat imaginary monopoly money system. They in on it. To me, you in on it. Or you just you dumb or something. Your feelings got hurt by something more or something. Because people was asking, all right, if the Moors indigenous to this land, well, you need to go look up Turner versus U.S., where the Moors sued for their land, which is the Louisiana Purchase. The Louisiana Purchase, the Washita tribe, who are the Moors, are was the biggest tribe on the land. We the biggest tribe on the land, and we Moors. So Who the hell is these people getting all this information from? And then, not to mention, all the other tribes you mentioned, a lot of them spun from the Washita, like the Chata, the Apache, the Lakota people. All these people, these are tribes in the Louisiana Purchase that are considered as the Washita people. But just because the Tamahus come over here and incorporate and change the names and change the spelling, you think that they're some different people. The Moors are the Indians. That's what they call. That's what Christopher. They changed us over to Indians. And so I understand what Top Cat say when he's saying that, hey, well, it says the Indian, they got us labeled as Indian in the paperwork. Some people say they don't want to deal with the paperwork. That is all part of the game. Right? So it's like this. Man, we got to speed up, man. And it's people out here trying to slow us down, especially those still promoting the Spanish Inquisitionist information, Christianity, and the rest of this shit. And and Islam too. Not Islam civics. They promoting Islam Muhammadism, worshiping the Kaaba, turning to the east to worship the Kaaba, the black box, which is Saturn worship. That's why they walk around that shit 7 times. And the 7, go pull up how many rings around Saturn. And you'll see that this shit is a mechanism set up by the Tamahus who are Luciferians. That's why Arkmos, them and Cockmos kicked their ass from off from over here, the Mad Jays. The Arkmos and Cockmos chased, who were Moors, chased these Tamahus, rounded them up, put blindfolds on them, cable towed them. You know, it depends on what level they was on. We cable tied at one time around them. If they claim to be an inter-apprentice, if they claim to be a fellow craftsman, we tried it 2 times around them. They didn't make it to Master Mason. They never got there for. They killed the guy trying to get to the master's password. And his name wasn't no damn Hiram Abiff. His name was Sukenti Ray Told II, Arkmos and Cockmos dad. And we got the skull. Show us Hiram skull. Show us Solomon tomb. Show us anybody tomb in the Bible for that matter. Why can't they show you nobody? Why can't these Tamahus show you nobody's grave in the Bible? And they'll show you David's, but that's some bunch of crap that they set up over in the fake Israel. Israel is America. This is the land of milk and honey. This is the house of Israel, what they're saying. Israel is Inky. Inky was over the land of Nod. America is the land of Nod. The land of the great beyond. A lot of these people are just behind, man. Man, especially if you say you down with Doc and you still promoting religion. When Doc, some of the last tapes he put out, he said that Jesus is in all of us. And he said that we got to put this religion, all this religion, under our feet. All this religion got to go under our feet. If people still in that, let them stay in that. But we are past that now. So you know what level people on when they out promoting this shit. You know what level they on. It's a lot of false prophets out here, man, teaching that shit. To me, everybody that's teaching it right now, they false prophets. Because we know now we didn't know about the Spanish Inquisition, but now we know. Next time somebody come talking Jesus and all this crap to you, say, hey man, what about the Spanish Inquisition? And watch them freeze up and fold over. What about the Nicene Council? What about the papacies where they came around, the people who brought us Christianity poisoned us. They poisoned our water. They raped our women. They slaughtered our children. They hung our men. They brought plagues on our land. Even after and then they had a nerve to call us nice guys. Well, nice in Latin means stupid. Yeah. And they had the nerve. They got mad at the real ones on the land and they call us Indian givers. Yeah, that's right. We just let you hold it. We want that back. We want that back. We just let you hold that shit, nigga. We some Indian givers. Yeah. So yeah, man, we at the point where we don't give a damn what you can scream, kick and scream as your ass, zombie ass burn up, Tamahus. The sun finna get rid of you. You gonna have to go back to the caves and hillsides. Yeah, you got to go back to the caves and hillsides, man. Cause the sun don't want you here no more. The son of God, the real son of God. Yeah, the real son of God don't want you here no more. We knew this day was coming. We knew this day was coming, man. Like I say, Indian is a misnomer, but like Top said, they got it. That's what they got in the paperwork. But we know that the Indians are the Moors. What about the Mama's Parade? For you people that's talking crap, why they do the Mama's Parade in Philadelphia to make fun of the Moors? Not no, they don't make fun of no damn $5 Indians or no Siberians. You know what the Tamahu's mad about? They mad because the Moors enslaved them. Go get a book called Night in the Moorish Harlem. We used to have the Tamahus on leashes, walking them like dogs. That's what Canaanite, K9 unit. And they not even the real damn Canaanites, by the way. Yeah. We enslaved them and dogged them out worse than what they claim they did us. That's why they don't like us. That's why every time we talk about the Moors, they turn into vampires and burn, their flesh burn. Their flesh crawl on the inside. Because it brings back memories. The memory is stored in their genetics. 900 BC. Look, Archmos and them kicked them out from over here about around the 1500 BCs, right? We round them up. We blindfolded them. We put cable tows on these Tamahus. And then we put them on boats and drove them, floated them around in circles so they'd be confused. And then we dropped their ass off in the Caucasus Mountains. That's when they fell, the Tamahus fell low to the ground and they was eating raw meat, and they still eat it today. They want their steak half cooked. They was kissing and doing bestiality with the dog and other animals, the sheeps, especially the sheep. That's how syphilis come about. Because they had the sheeps. They didn't, all of the people that was supposedly coming over here, like Plymouth Rock and all of them, they didn't have no women on them ships. The ship that landed in Jamestown, they didn't have no women. They had all boys and men. And you know them boys was getting hit from the back. And once they got tired of hitting them boys from the back, they started hitting the sheep from the back. And that's how syphilis and a lot of other sexual transmitted diseases came about, from the Tamahus making whoopee with the sheeps. And then when they came over here, they said they claimed that they wiped us out with diseases. Why? Because he the germ man. The germ man. The germ man came over with his germs and tried to wipe us out. They don't let nobody tell you the Moors origin from Africa or anywhere else but America. The Moors origin from America. Right? And then we went everywhere else to civilize. We are the civilizers. The Moors are the civilizers. We are the mound builders. We went and civilized everybody else. Hell, before we came to Europe, they were peeing in pots and shitting in pots and throwing it out the window. They didn't even have sewer systems over there. If it wasn't for us, the Moors, they wouldn't even have sewer systems. If you think I'm lying, go pull up Shakespeare's Dookie pot. And they got that shit in the museum. And you think they ain't some nasty suckers? These Tamahus? Some musty suckers? Yeah, the Slavics. And then the African talking about he was enslaved. No, the Africans were the ones enslaving everybody. The Africans were the ones enslaving the Tamahus. We ain't enslaved them. We kicked their ass from over here. The Africans enslaved them. So why? So you need to be mad at the Africans. You don't need to be mad at us, the Moors. Right? The Africans really. We tried to help your ass out. If it wasn't for we should have did. We should have let you Tamahus get wiped out during the Black Plagues in the so-called Dark Age, when we came over and took over rulership over your land because you didn't know how to live in peace and live and be. They didn't know nothing about personal hygiene. We taught that. The Moors. We taught them how to wash their ass and shave their ass. Yeah. There's so many books out on this. It's not even funny. Yeah, they was hairy and stanky. They wore wooden teeth, wooden shoes. Man, please, we was wearing Stacey Adams in the hundreds. In the hundreds. How long is it ago? We was wearing Stacey Adams and three-piece suits in the hundreds. Because these suckers, lights, all of it. And then these suckers, they overlook the World Fairs tour that they did where they burned all of our advanced cities to the ground with the help of our own people. Because we got a lot of Judases amongst us who would take 22 pieces of silver to turn his own brothers in. There's Swati people means dark-skinned people. You talking about King James in them and the Stuarts and the Tudors. That was the people, those people with the dark skin over in Europe. But like I say, I'm starting to find out the people who came over here and did us, they wasn't Moors. They were saying they Moors, and they wouldn't. They look like us, but they ain't us. They were avatar reptilians. Reptilians in human skin. That's why they can eat babies and drink blood and sacrifice kids. That's why they got their ass kicked off from over here, because they was over here doing Babylonian blood magic and Canaanite blood magic and sacrificing gods to Baal, Moloch, who is Enlil's son, who set up a priesthood called a Baphomet to herd the 144,000 children for adrenochrome, for the reptilians. Right? Yeah, they was hidden sheep from the back. That's where they got that syphilis from, man. We believe. We wasn't into that. That's why they don't want they didn't let a Tamahu woman, didn't let a Tammahu man stay at home by himself if he had sheep at the house. Because they know they was knocking the sheep off. They were knocking down the sheep, man. These are the people that's mad at us because now we know who we are. And we remember now. And we awoke now. They're afraid that we're going to do them like we did them before and put them on a leash like a dog and walk them around and sell them as slaves. That's what they was doing, man. These people are out the cave and they got nerve to tell us who we are. They come on. Some Tamahu gonna come on one of my Facebook posts that I put and say, man, y'all Africans, y'all African slaves, and that's nothing else. Shut your Tamahu butt up before I push you out there in the sun so they can burn your behind up. A lot of them ain't even coming outside in the daylight no more. Because if you ain't got that one drop of blood, your ass is out. The one drop, that's what we was trying to help y'all out. Then you got sisters out here who go out and say, oh, the Tamahu is the best man, the this and that. And then they get their ass hung by a Tamahu. Then what? So he's still a good man? He's still the best man? You beat the brothers down and then your ass get hung by a Tamahu after you got to do promoting and cheerleading them on, and then your ass get hung. They done hung like 2 sisters just recently, and come to find out they dating Tamahus. A brother went on a fishing trip with some Tamahus, and he come up dead. And you still think these, you know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. Yeah, the sun on our side. It's a wrap, man. Don't get mad at us because your zombie behind about to get burnt up, or else go on the ground. You know what? You can't even, once you get on the ground, the people down there gonna enslave you. The dead rules, they gonna have fun with you when you get down there trying to go underground. And they tried to go underground, Doc said, but then they figured out it was people already down there. Then they tried to go out of space, go to the moon. They figured out people was already on the moon. Then they gonna come tell you this lie like nobody could get out. Yeah, they can't get out now because the Pleiadian light lock is on. These people were using nuclear weapons and trying to blow themselves out of here. And the extraterrestrials came in and said, you better stop doing that or else. Right? They went to the moon and saw dark-skinned people on the dark side of the moon. The lunar people was already there. They already had got civilizations on the dark side of the moon. They actually live in the inside of the moon. It's advanced civilizations that live on the inside of your moon. They put a movie out about it called Fall Sky. What is it called? Skyfall with Halle Berry. Yeah, man, they already told us that moon that you see up there, somebody drove that there. It's got a kinetic motor, a kinetic engine, one of the old style engines inside of that moon. They want to keep you so dumb, like oh, ain't nobody out of space. Then what the hell is Mars and Jupiter for? So it's this big ass. So Jupiter, which is about 3-4 times bigger than Earth, it's just out there for no reason. Nobody lived there. What's the use? What's the use for Mars and Venus and all these other planets if we the only people? Man, come on. Y'all still letting the Tamahus trying to dumb y'all down? Trying to make y'all think the world was flat? Our ancestors drew the whole solar system on the wall. All the planets were round. They weren't flat. Our ancestors mapped the whole star system. Our ancestors mapped the whole star system and drew all this shit down. We knew that there was people on Mars. We knew there was people on Jupiter. We knew there was people on Saturn and Pluto before it got knocked out of his orbit. We knew these things, but now the Tamahu was coming along with his caveman technology, his caveman knowledge, where he think that you could just sail long enough and you would just go off the side of Earth. He thought that the world was flat and you could just sail off the side of Earth. That's been debunked so long ago, but now it's all of a sudden the Tamahus, since they got to go underground, they want to keep you down, dumb, and sidetracked on so many different things that ain't even funny. Shit is crazy, man. Yeah. Meanwhile, yeah, they got a meat market on the moon. What you know about the meat market, Superman? That was set up by Bell and his gang, man. They the ones selling the meat. The Baphomets, guys. And they interested in the children because the children produce the purest adrenochrome in their meat. We're dealing with off-world influence. We're dealing with people who came down and Avatar. Go watch the movie Avatar, where the Tamahus created a body that looked like the Navi. Navi is native. And then they go and infiltrate them to try to get them off their home tree, right? Make them move off their home tree so they can get the mineral, whatever the element is that they got under that tree. Same thing they try to do to us. They try to come get us off this land by telling us we Africans and we got brought as slaves, which is a bullshit lie. He the one that got brought as a slave from Africa. The Ivory Coast, they were trading Tamahus, the Barbers. They were scared of the Barbers. And then you gonna tell me they was kidnapping Africans? Get the hell out of here. They was scared of hell of the Africans. I'm telling you, man, the Africans ain't no joke. The Africans chop niggas' ears and head off over there with machetes, man. You think they was kidnapping crazy Africans? You gotta be crazy. He ain't have enough manpower to do that. The Tamahus didn't have enough manpower to go kidnap no Africans. That's a bunch of crap. They came over here with that Spanish Inquisition and that doctrine of discovery and started turning us into prisoners of war. And then they even bribed some of us because some of us were scared. So we just went along with whatever they said. Yeah. We never was no Christians over here. Take that Christian shit back to Rome or whatever, Vatican or whatever you got it from. You're talking Spanish Inquisition. Why can't you see that? You ain't helping no, we don't need no Christianity to be good people. We was good people before they got, that's what they said. We were nice guys. We gave them gifts. We fed them. They would have starved if it wasn't for us. We fed these Christians in order for them to backdoor us and stab us in the back and steal our land because we ain't know nothing about no Jesus. So if you come and telling me, oh, I need to get with the Jesus, man, you retarded. You slow. Yeah, man, ain't no more being nice and being sugarcoating it. Ain't no more sugarcoating it to suit your emotions. Ain't no more sugarcoating it, man. The truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. If you over here promoting that shit, oh, Jesus, this and that, Muhammad, get the hell out of here. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear your Hebrew, none of this shit. The Hebrews went over to Africa. Yeah, they crossed over. Those who crossed over, you know who they were? And they didn't leave here by choice. The Hebrews left here by force. We put their ass out. And I don't give a damn who you are. You can say, I don't know what I'm talking about, but you'll find out. The Tamahus and the Jacobites are your Hebrews that got kicked out of them over here, out of Ethiopia Superior, out of the real Egypt, which is in Texas, out of the real Israel, which is in Chicago, out of the real city of Oro, which is Ohio, out of Missouri, which is where Mizraim was, the Cushites, the real Mississippians. You know the Twa, it was over here, right? They call them the Mayans. You know what Mayan mean? The illusion. And then go ask yourself, go look up what Buddha's mother's name was, and then you'll wonder why they hiding all the Buddha statues in the Grand Canyon. And not to mention, take a look at Buddha's hair. Why is Buddha is a yellow man, like they say? Why is all of the statues blacker than my shirt? Yeah, and he got 9 woolly hair. Come on, man. They still want to play these games. This is a new day and time now. We are not our parents that were stuck in that phase that you put the crack, that you use crack, cocaine, and liquor and drugs to mess up their mind. We not them people no more, man. This is a whole different ball game. We know now. And ain't nothing you can do to stop us from knowing. Tamahu. Ain't nothing you can do to stop us from knowing. We know you the weakest gene. We know the sun burning your behind up. So you can get out there and talk that racism, but you the one that's you the dog on the list. We the master. And that's why you mad, because you remember. You mad because we remember we the master and you the slave. You the real slave, Slavics. That's where they come from. Africans and real Amarucans and Africans And not everybody is an African. It's only one tribe that's an Africans over there, and that's the Afar people. The Twa not no Africans. No matter how you try to spend it, all you Professor Smalls and you Umar Johnsons and you Jabaris, no matter how you try to spend it, go look it up and see that the Romans only called the Afarcans people who actually came from over here, the Khans, the Cushites that was in the land of Missouri. And I got pictures and evidence to back up everything I'm saying. I'm about to start back doing slides on you cats so I can start busting heads and twisting caps. Yeah, so they mad that we remember that, hey, man, we ain't no Slavics. You the Slavic. And we had your behind on a leash, K9. Walking your behind, you a K9. You the K9 unit. You the Sikkim. For the suckers, for the dirty Moors, you the Sikkim guy. And I don't even want to say dirty Moors no more. They wasn't even Moors. The people that y'all calling dirty Moors, they wasn't Moors. They just look like us, but they ain't us. We the real jewelers. That's what Jew really mean. The ones who were making the jewelry. The Moors were the ones who were making the jewelry. So they say they jewelers, but they not. So really ain't no such thing as a dirty Moor to me, because the ones they were saying that they were calling dirty Moors, they not Moors. They just claim to be us, but they not. That's what it really is. Ain't no dirty Moors. Them suckers wasn't no Moors. They were some Africans. The Africans need to go and admit what they was in. The Africans was in on this. The dark-skinned burnt Hamites. And y'all was the ones using the Canaanites as your scapegoat. The Rockefellers and Rothschilds. Meanwhile, they over there kissing your shoes when they come to visit. They kissing your shoes, Hamites. Yeah, we on to your game. Since y'all want to go with the Bible narrative, a lot of that shit is taken from our ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead. Yeah. They think that they thought that we was gonna never remember. But we remember now. We remember just who you are. You the Slavics, you the Russians. Y'all didn't, a lot of y'all didn't even make it over to the early 1900s. Yeah, it was some dark-skinned jokers who brought King James. Them didn't even come with the Bible at first. They came back in 11 years. They came in 1601. It was nothing but boys and men, boys to men. And you think they weren't pumping them boys up the butt? Man, please. That's what they was into. They brought all that over here. We ain't never heard of it. A lot of shit they brought over here we ain't never heard of. So at this point, like I said, man, if you hear somebody still up preaching and talking, their brain hadn't made the switch. We're in a whole nother diagram right now. Diaphragm. We sped up past what they talking about. I don't want to hear your damn Jesus story, because we know what it's all about. The Nicene Council set that up. 325 AD, man. Go study that. If you out here promoting that shit. Don't come talking that shit to our people over here. We don't want it no more. Because if you come talking it, you part of the colonizers. That's a colonizing situation. Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. And if all you Muslims that don't agree, man, we don't even care. Because we didn't have that form of this Muhammad worship that they got. We had Islam civics. That's a big difference. Islam civics is how government is ran. It's how Islam civics is what make the planets rotate without bumping into each other. It's what's the mathematics. The 5%ers know that part. Islam civics is about mathematics and science. It don't got nothing to do with religion. It's the natural order of things. Yeah, man. Why you think the planets don't bump into each other? And they rotate on their own orbit, in their own lane. Everybody stay in their own lane. Why? Because that's Islam civics. But you on, hey, but don't quote me, homeboy. A lot of niggas quote me, but they don't never say they quote me. Then they get arrested. Yeah. Then they get arrested. It's like that thing, that part. So yeah, for all the Tamahus that was coming on the Facebook and the TikTok clips that we put out saying that we all accept the narrative they gave us, y'all some funny suckers. And we don't, we just block them. We just block them because they can't go in the sun. You think you're supposed to be here and the sun don't want you here? The sun, the sun that gives life to the planet, that makes the food grow, that keeps us from freezing over here, don't want your behind here. And you think you natural? Man, come on, man. You ain't got nothing to do with nature. You's a freak of nature. And you a drafted being. You part of Yaku's drafted beings down in South America. Then you made your way up into our holy land, what they call in America today, and you turned it upside down with your child eating children. Because these Canaanites talk about it in their book. And the so-called Jacobites talk about eating children in their book. So they were eating our children. They were drinking blood. They were chopping people's heads off and rolling them down our stepstone pyramids and talking about they sacrificing them to some red-head dragon or some red-head beings, the Aldebarans, because that's their people, right? The Aldebarans are their ancestors. The Aldebarans were slaves to the reptilians. They were chicken. Yeah, so they come in our holy land eating children and drinking people's blood and doing all these Babylonian blood magic. And so we had to kick their ass off from over here. We rounded them up, cable told them, rolled their pants leg up, took all their medals, sound familiar, square business, and walked them around in circles. Sound familiar, square business? You doing slave rituals in your lodge. And I don't care what you say. You doing the ritual that the people who really took over and infiltrated all your lodges, the Tamahus, they infiltrated all your lodges and now got you doing slave rituals and think you doing the right thing. You doing what we did to them. We cable told them, blindfolded them, took all their medals, made them roll their pants leg up and made them ride to goat. Why? Because these Tamahus were goat herders. They were goat herders. The Hyksos is another name for them. They were goat herders. That's why you ride the goat, you feed the goat. You got to get junior warden and senior deacons and junior stewards. You got to give refreshments and feed the goat, which is pretty much symbolic, dealing around the Tamahus and their goats when they got their behind kicked off from over here by Akmos and Kokmos because they killed his dad by knock 3 ruffians sent by Pappas to knock him in the head trying to get the master's key, the master's password. And they buried him in a shallow grave, right? But they end up getting their behind caught and dealt with. Yeah. Get your tongue ripped out, your throat slit, your belly slit, your heart ripped out. Square business know what I'm talking about. And then we round their ass up, put them on boats, and took them to the caves. And they was there for a long time. They was there for about 600 years. And to some other jokers, got the bright idea. And I ain't want to call them, like I say, I ain't want to mention the word dirty Moor, because the people that they calling dirty Moor, they're not even Moors. They weren't even Moors, man. "900 BC, go get a book called Night in the Moorish Harlem." They start pulling the women's out, Tamahu women, shaving them up, putting them on some perfume in a dress, and selling them as prostitutes. That's the first pimps right there. And selling them on and putting them on leashes. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they mad at us. They mad at the wrong guys. The Africans did y'all like that. We was trying to be nice to your ass. Yeah, even when you came back over here, we tried to be nice, and you still take advantage. Yeah, Night in the Moorish Harlem. It's like 3-4 books on that subject, and it'll break down and look at the pictures in there on how these guys were treating these Tamahus. So when we wake up and we say we Moors, man, they get real mad inside and burning inside because of what happened to their people, man. They people got done raw. But they brought it on themselves with their Yaku and their tricknology that he taught them. How to be tricky, how to be slick, how to be cunning, how to be evil and conniving. That's what he taught them. And they use that to the maximum. They're the worst of the worst. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, they're the worst of the worst, man. When it come down to this being trickery and backstabbing. When you got one of them on the ground and you let him make it, as soon as you turn your back, he gonna shoot you and then stab you in the back. When you got one of them on the ground, you gotta go and put him out. No mercy for these guys. There's no mercy, man. Shout out, man, Chief Mac, man. So we hoping everybody got in there, son, the Chief Mac, I think he got in touch with most of everybody because it was a guy that's saying, it was a guy coming on there saying Chief Mac didn't get in touch with him and that he sent the money and then come to find out he never even sent the money. He sent the money today at 10:30. But he go on there and lie and make comments like Chief Mac never got in contact with him. Well, you never sent the money. And then when you sent us the screenshot saying you sent the money, you had just sent it at 10 o'clock today. And you think that we crazy? Like we ain't gonna see that date? Man, people is our own people. Or maybe there's some people that look like us but ain't us. Because the real Moors were nobles and saints. We the saints. Oh, when the saints go marching in, they talk about the Moors. We was in New Orleans. The Washita. Like I said, for all you suckers that's talking, go look up Turner versus the U.S. We actually got a whole breakdown of the whole case and trial on the video side. We don't got time to play games with idiots, and you got to realize a lot of people that we trying to argue with, they really retards, like in real life. They really get a check from the government for being crazy. So you ain't gonna never be able to reason with a person that ain't got no sense. So it's a waste of time to argue with them about who you are. You know who you are. And to me, if you saying you from America and you're not a Moor, then you're not from America. You from somewhere else. You an African then. You a European then. You an Asian then. And the Moors did go around and civilize the whole planet and take over and be the kings and high priests of they land because we was the ones that civilized. We was the ones that had all the knowledge from our ancestors, the Gigis, who came. Go read the book of Enoch. Because they don't never talk, these Christians don't never talk about all the books that they got rid of. You know what I'm saying? Man, if you a newcomer, we don't got no problem with you reading the Bible. But don't take that shit literally and take it to heart and then come and promote it as if it's our reality. No, man. That's the Spanish Inquisition. They burned and hung our grandmother because she wouldn't get down with it. Our great ancestors. They lynched us, murdered us, raped us, all in the name of the popes of Rome and his papacies. Do we still gotta play these? Do they still want to play these games? We don't care who you are. If you say you down with Malachi and you still talking religion, man, you so far behind, it ain't even funny, man. When the last tapes Doc put out, you ain't listen to them tapes. And you damn sure ain't read the Holy Tablets where Doc tell you that the Tamahus set up Christianity and went around the world enslaving everybody with it. Islam and Judaism. He mentioned all of it right there in that one. Matter of fact, I'm getting AI to break it down right now. Matter of fact, I already got AI to break it down. All I gotta do is put pictures to it about how the Tamahus and their overlords, the dark-skinned Felicians, promoted this game to come around, and they had to put a religion out because they had to get us on this warship. You hear it? Warship. And ever since religion came on, everybody been fighting against each other. Oh, no, I'm a Muslim, so I don't like you Christians. Oh, I'm a Christian, so I'm against the Muslims. Do you know that the Arabs, so-called Arabs, that rock that Shrine symbol and what that sword is all about, or how they went around chopping Africans' head off and then taking that fez and rolling around in their blood in Fez City? The El Morocco over there was that was set up later by us as an outpost, so that we could trade the watermelon and corn. But then the Tamahu's gonna come and tell you, oh no, man, Christopher Columbus is the one that took corn and watermelon over to Africa. Man, it's so that sounds so crazy. It make you want to cry. That sounds so crazy. The Tamahus want to be the first at everything, just like they told you that. Oh no, Benjamin Banneker Bay wasn't the first one to create a clock and an almanac. It was a Tamahu 100 years before him named Benjamin Franklin, which we can't find his tomb nowhere. They made that guy up, and then he got the nerve to use the brother's name and then just change the last name around and take Benjamin Banneker's story and apply it to a Tamahu who never existed. There wasn't no Benjamin Banneker, just like there wasn't no Prince Hall. Benjamin Banneker was Prince Hall. And for all you Prince Halls on here that think, oh, you don't know what he's talking about, man, you're going to find out soon you've been lied to. They still trying to control. They control y'all through the patents. They patent you. And you think that protects you, man? The Tamahu, when he get ready, he going to rip your paperwork in front of you and hang you behind. Just because you think you with him. We don't trust no Masons because you swore you gonna lie. They'll lie to protect their secrets. We don't trust no Masons, man. We don't trust none of you. Especially not Prince Halls, because they really don't know much. They only gave you a little bit. They gave you don't even know the third password. And it ain't nothing about no bones. No Mahabone, that's wrong. They made that up. Because they couldn't get the master's key. The Tamahus never got the master's password. And it ain't no two balls in a cane. Cain's descendants, two balls is penis and balls. It's dealing with the seed of Cain, who Ninurtu came and taught how to make canoes so they can survive the great flood. The Chippewa people, that's Cain's descendants. So it ain't no two balls in a cane. You made that up. It ain't no Mahabone. You made that up. The Tamahus made that up. You don't got the third password. We got it though. And we ain't giving it to you because we didn't receive it like that. Yeah. And I ain't never been to your lodge. None of y'all lodges. Because it's been infiltrated by Tamahus and the Felicians, the black Venetians, the black nobility, who all got killed off and bred out because they started marrying the Tamahus. The Tamahus bred them out and murdered them. And now they the 13 syndicate families, or these crime families that's running the world. That's why when you look at the 13 black hand families, they all Tamahus. Why? Because they killed off their ancestors who were dark-skinned Phoenicians, they bred them out. After 6 generations, they were bred out. The first generation, it was mulattoes. Then they start getting lighter and lighter and lighter. To now they calling themselves Italians and Black Irish. If you don't got blonde hair and blue hair, blonde hair and blue eyes, you're not a Caucasian. Keep that in mind for the people that's listening. I'm telling you, man. So they mad at us because we know now. We remember. You the slave, Tamahu. We not. Slave can't even apply to us because it comes from the word Slavic, which means Russians. And we ain't from Russia. Africans not from Russia. So Africans never can be slaves. So who the hell they talking about? You talking about some people who came over here from Russia who want to take our storyline and switch it out with theirs. And so when we take our storyline back and give them their storyline back, they want to call us crazy and say that we're more runs. No, we ain't running no more. The Moors ain't running no more. And we know how you rushed us. You know, Mount Rush Moors. Mount Rush the Moors. We know how you rushed us and put your faces and talking about the founding fathers. Founding fathers of what? The United States Corps? Because they wasn't the founders of America and Turtle Island. They ain't even old enough to be no damn founder. George Washington, Abraham, come on, man, please. And shout out old man Lincoln. He was a Moor anyway. Old man Lincoln was from the Lenape tribe. His mother was indigenous to this land. And that's why they, a long story short, that's one of why they put the play on old man Lincoln. You know, the Knights of the Golden Circle. Old man Lincoln bankrupted them. Yeah. So old man Lincoln, we'll let him make it, but the rest of them suckers, George is the one that put the play on us with the Moors challenge, saying that he gonna trick the Moors and thinking they were from somewhere else. He didn't say they were from Africa. George Washington said he was gonna trick the Moors to thinking they were from Africa when they was from America. He said they won't even remember they from this soil. We're gonna take the sandals off their feet. We're gonna do all this to them, and we're gonna make them forget that they were indigenous to this land. That's what George Washington challenge is about. We got a whole breakdown of that on the video side. And you know what color George Washington was? Black like my shirt. He looked like a dang African. He's not even from America. He was born in Barbados. And at 17, he joined the British Army and worked and with sugar in his shoes and doing a whole bunch of BJs. Matter of fact, he did a BJ on the British Bulldog, not Kissinger, the dude name was not Winston Churchill, because they called Winston Churchill the British Bulldog. It was another guy before him. I'll think of his name in a minute. But he worked his way up doing BJs to the British general, and then had to change his name to Washington, which could try to connect him back to the Washita tribe. He wasn't no Washita. He was an African. George Washington was an African. We could trace his parents, his granddad, back to Africa. The Africans enslaved Africans and took them to Barbados. And then, his granddaddy brought his freedom. That's why they got the George Washington House over in Barbados. I'm telling you, man. They thought we would never find out all this information. Boy, y'all almost had us though. So all you Tamahus coming on Facebook and Instagram, all these websites, and you know what I'm saying, trying to get mad at us because we know who we are now and we awoke. You don't intimidate us. We ain't scared of you. Man, we gonna put you back on a leash and tie you up and by the doghouse in the back. Cause that's what you are. We're gonna tie you up at the doghouse, man. and give you some dog food. They are nowhere close to royalty like this. Nowhere even close. But they want to keep us, turn us into the beast they are. That's why they promote this music. Kill this, kill that. Kill your own kind. They promote this music because they want to make us like beasts of the field, just like they are. They are savages. They're the ones that came with the dookie breath and they smell like dookie and sweaty and hairy and musty. And we didn't want to fight these guys, man. We didn't want to fight these guys. You want to fight a guy that smell like shit and be rolling around? Man, your whole train of thought while you fighting a guy like that is not getting no shit on you. You trying to, man, I don't care about this guy stabbing me. I'm just trying not to get that shit, whatever that shit smell on me. Yeah, man, these guys were barbaric. Third generation Vikings, because the original Vikings is Hannibal now. And Hannibal and them was Africans. The original Vikings are Africans. Yeah. And the Africans can get mad, that's all they want. But why you never came over to help us? And even to this day, some of y'all come over here with your nose up, still looking down on us, still taking advantage of us, just like all the rest of the foreigners. Just like the Asians, just like the Koreans, which all of these Asians, all these, the Russians, everybody that come over here take advantage of us, just like you Africans. And then you got people like Jabari and No Sweat, Professor Smalls. But man, we don't care how long you've been teaching that. That shit is wrong. And if you don't want to admit that come to the clean and say, oh yeah, I was wrong. Well, we know what side you on at this point. We ain't taking no prisoners, man. The dumb days is over. Yeah, that could be true, Jody. We heard that before too. That a lot of this whole planet was called Asia at one point. We heard their perspective. But we ain't the Asiatic. Well, we mixed with the Asiatic black man because the Asiatic black man mixed with the Amarukan people. So we got Asiatic black man in us, but we're not the original Asiatic black man. The original Asiatic black man was straight hair Hindu people who actually came and mixed in with us over here. Straight hair Hindus. That's the real Asiatic black man. So they came mixed in with us though. Man, we ain't taking no prisoners. All these guys can kick rocks. We don't want your religion. We don't need no religion to be good. We good in our heart already from the jump because we the real seed. We the real seed of Mother Neters, the real gods. Neter means God. Yeah, Professor Smiles is a Freemason. He said he was a Freemason. When he said he was a Freemason, a red flag jumped up for me. He maybe would never admit the truth then. But I think he coming around though after that conversation we had. They only called the Afar people, the Afarcans people, which was in North Africa, after the Punic Wars, after the Romans who was bringing this enslaving people with Christianity, they the ones called them Africans. So even if you want to say African, that's still a colonizer's term. What was it called before then? Nubia? Akubaland, the land of the blacks, which means the same thing. Sudan, which means the same thing. The land of the blacks. But who came out with this some people of black thing? Carlos Linnaeus now. Why don't the Professor Smalls and them never mention Carlos Linnaeus? Oh, they just don't, they want to just overlook this? These are the same people who bagged W.D. Du Bois, who was a known agent for COINTELPRO operations. He's the one that set up the play against Marcus Garvey. He was setting up and backdooring Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali didn't teach no damn Pan-Africanism because he knew it was a game. Pan, they were, you know how you know it was a game? Pan is the same as saying Baal, Mulak, the Tamahu god that they were sacrificing children and drinking blood and all this to. Pan, the Greek god Pan, is the same in synopsis with the Baphomet and all that. The half goat, half man. The scapegoat. Baal, they can, and then these suckers, these Tamahus, they so cold, they turn Baal and Mulak them into Jesus. Because they say Lucifer is the bright morning star, and then Jesus is the bright morning star. It's too many connections. Yeah, and then he became the scapegoat where he supposedly got put on some cross and got all the sins put on him, and he died for the world. Come on, man. We ain't going for no more of your bullshit. We ain't scared of none of that shit. And ain't nothing gonna happen to us for saying this because it's the truth. The truth will be told. Whether you get scared of, you can get scared all you want. I don't think all Freemasons are evil. Some are blind and ignorant to the facts. They don't know. They just got in it thinking they're gonna be cool and, like, you know, be part of some gang that can get them out of tickets and you know, make them untouchable by the cops. And maybe, you know, they can go into Dodge Ram and get them a truck, you know, with nothing down, and, you know, for the price that they bought it for. That's why you see a lot of them with them Dodge Rams. That ram on the back is another symbol for the Baphomet. All of the shit is connected. Yeah, that ram, look at the back, it looks like the Baphomet. Because it is. So, yeah, we know about your God, Jah Bel-On, Jah Bel-On, Jubalon. And it's got to be three of you together, because where there's three together, there I am also in the midst. And that's not talking about Jesus. They're talking about Jebalon, which is a deity they got that look like a frog, got a frog face, a man face. I'm about to do a breakdown on this, man, and show y'all some slides. I'll do a breakdown and show y'all slides based on everything I'm saying now. Yeah, so yeah, they got, so not all Masons are evil and in on a deal. Some of them just don't know, and they don't let them people get up there high. They just don't know, man. They think they doing something good because they got a patent or some paperwork saying that they're part of the Prince Hall Lodge. There wasn't no Prince Halls, man. That dude's name was Benjamin Banneker. And they try to cover up all that shit and then tell you you came out, he was a slave and he got inaugurated by some Tamahus. How the hell some Tamahus gonna tell us what masonry is and we started the shit? Them niggas, how a Tamahu gonna tell us what masonry is and they never got past fellow craftsmen? How they gonna give you 33 degrees? They never made it past 2 degrees. What the hell is y'all talking about? The hell is you talking about, man? So how Prince Hall's gonna get 3 degrees from some Tamahus when they only had 2? That's your first mistake right there. They didn't get past. Go study. We got the Arkmos and Cockmos story on the video side as well. Go listen to that tape. That's why they killed the master, because they wanted to get go to the 3rd grade. They never made it. They got exiled. The master was willing to die before he gave it to him. So Kid the Ray told willing to die before he gave up the password to these suckers. You'll never get the master's key. And we'll never give it to you. We'll never reveal. We'll never reveal it. Sucker. So run, tell it. Go tell your worshipful master that. With his top hat and his gloves and his apron on, like a magician, but he don't know no magic. He ain't pulling no rabbit out of no hat up in the East. Yeah, he ain't pulling no rabbit out of no goddamn hat. He don't know no magic. But he up in there with some gloves and a top hat on and a mallet like he directing the lodge. Yeah, right. He just sitting there to collect your dues. It's all about how much money, getting your money. That's what it's about. He up there to collect your dues. It's that part, man. So yeah, man, we ain't putting no chase on it, man. This is straight, no rocks or nothing, nigga. Just straight out the jug, man. We give you straight out the jug. No chaser, no nothing, no ice, no nothing. Man, everybody hit that subscribe button, man. So next time you got when you see these Tamahus who only got 1 or 2 pictures on their page and they some racist suckers trying to come and tell us who we are, man, we don't care nothing what you say. Shut your mouth before we put a leash back on your ass and walk you down the street like a dog that you are. K9. Yellow thin hair. He's a canine. His brain only go to 7 years old. They brain only go to 7 years old. Ain't no way they ever smarter than us. Most of the scientists that created all the shit is sisters. Sisters is ones creating all they vaccines and everything. They hide them in the lab underground, and then some big pharmaceutical company like Pfizer take all the credit. And then they paying these Nubian sisters to create these type of things where they wipe people out. It's all about population control. Now they telling us, oh, don't eat no fruit because you're gonna get diarrhea. They spraying all the fruits with pesticide and poison. And you think we ain't at war? Man, we still fighting here, man. Non-stop action. So keep your head on the swivel. Yeah, keep your head on the swivel, man. We non-stop action over here. And now we got to defend ourselves from Tamahus who want to come blurting stuff out because they're angry that we know now. We the master and you the slave. You the Slavic. You the dog that received the crumbs from the master's table. Yeah, we'll throw you a bone, little doggy, little Tamahu. We'll throw you a bone. But you don't got long. You know what? We ain't even gonna throw their ass no bone no more. That's how they made it, because we kept throwing them bones. We ain't throwing them no more bones. We finna let the sun get rid of them. Now they trying to get, they was trying to racing to create synthetic melanin. You know why they turned CERN off? Because the extraterrestrials came down and told them, don't shoot that little shit no more. Turn that little shit off. Yeah, turn that little shit off. And so they saying 2030 because that's the deadline. By 2030, it's a wrap for them anyway. Y'all got after 2030, it's a wrap for them anyway. So they ain't turning shit back on after no 2030. I saw it in a dream, man. A certain group of Greys, the Ramadians in Pacific, came down and told them to shut that shit off. And if you don't, we'll blow the whole damn town up. And what they did, shut it right off. Because whoever these guys is, they don't jack around. They mean business. And don't forget about what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us about the mothership up there. Yeah, it's up there. The government know about it. So you can call the Honorable Elijah Muhammad crazy if you want. The government know it's up there. And they know what it do. It gets busy. Yeah. Why you think they ain't wiped us out already anyway? Because they can't. They need us. We can, if you got rid of us, there'll be a pole shift and destroy the whole earth. You know why the planet is heating up? It's because we breathing. They want us to stop breathing. The planet is heating up because of us. The sun inside of us is heating up. Because while that sun up there is heating up, you got a sun that burns in you. That sun heating up. And it's heating, causing the planet to heat up. The more of us is born, that's why they try to limit our birth rates and put Planned Parenthoods in our communities and do sisters to commit murder and kill their unborn child. Why? Because if that child is born, that makes the sun heat up. Every time one of us is born, the sun get hotter and hotter. Getting their ass up out of here. Yeah. This ain't, hey, look, it's inevitable. It's inevitable, man. Why you think they building everything underground? The malls, underground, all the elites running to build bunkers underground. They in fear. Cause they hear the crowd. They hear the algorithm. The algorithm is saying they know now. We know now. That's what the algorithm is saying. Oh, they know. So if they're gonna come back and they waking up, the gods are waking up. So if they're gonna come back and punish us, hell yeah, we gonna punish you. Matter of fact, we're gonna lock you in the bottomless pit. We're gonna cast you into the bottomless pit, you Luciferians. Yeah, you Tamahus. We're gonna kick you right in the crack, straight down into the bottomless pit. The black hole. Yeah, time is speeding up. Why? Because when you heat things up, it speed up. The vibration of things speed up. That's what they're talking about. And as we go into the Aquarian, when we go to the Aquarian age, you're gonna see a whole new set of stars. That's what they mean when they talk about a new heaven. The new heaven is the Aquarian age. See, we coming out of the Piscean. You're looking at the Piscean star system, the Piscean era. But the new heaven, and he's gonna bring about a new earth. You're gonna, when we by 2021, 2050, we going into full-blown Aquarian age. So you're gonna see a whole new set of stars. That's what they talking about with the new heaven. Oh, the sky rolled up like a scroll. They want to keep us dumb with this Shakespearean type of linguistics to dumb us down. They ain't never count on us reading. Well, nowadays you don't gotta read, you can just listen to audio books. You can read a whole book in less than a day. Our people are getting more intelligent. And you wonder why they paying all these rappers all this damn money to keep promoting this kill this. They never say kill the Tamahus. They just talking about killing their own, or I slide on your own kind. Oh, and they disrespect their own women. And they pay these people millions of dollars. All that dirt they claim to have on Young Thug, but he get out, man, it was all Shakespeare and play shit, man. It was a play. Woody, all he got walking free, and he get on stand and admit that he shot up Rich Homie's Quan's daddy barbershop. But they let him out. Yeah, man, see, they all game, man. They all game. We ain't falling for none of it. We don't believe none of y'all. We don't believe none of you rappers. None of y'all ain't no killers. None of y'all never sold no dope. The real dope dealers are either in jail, dead, or they don't talk about it. So if you on a mic and talking about, you ain't sold shit, nigga. You ain't killed nothing. Yeah, we don't want to hear your rap. You a liar. And if you a lie, you a kill. And if you kill, you a steal. And what are they stealing? They trying to steal the mind of our children. To make they want to convince our children that it's cool to be kill our own kind, or do drugs, or treat our women like trash, like dogs, like bees, which is a four-legged dog, which refer to the Tamahus. The Tamahus are the four-legged dogs. Yeah, man. We don't want to. We ain't listening to none of that shit no more. We ain't buying it. We ain't screaming it. None of that. Because screaming it, how does that sound? They want you to scream this type of music. What is screaming? I'm not talking about, I'm talking about metaphorically. When you say screaming, it sounds like somebody screaming out loud. So it's all subliminal witchcraft and spell work. It's magic. Wrapped is a spell. Wrapped up like a mummy. Mentally dead. Mummies are dead. So they want to wrap you all up like a mummy. In sackcloth, huh? We ain't going for it no more, man. Them days are over. And like I say, we ain't responding to retards and people that got loose screws. That's a waste of time. You ain't gonna be able to reason with nobody like that. You ain't gonna be able to reason with nobody like that. You can't reason with a maniac, with a nut job. It's a waste of time. Hey, we're gonna be live tomorrow with Orisha Stone, man, my brother Orisha Stone. And we're gonna be live with Dr. Kia Pruitt on the Black Nobility on Friday at 6 o'clock on Dr. Kia Pruitt's page. Yeah, man. Great minds think alike. So all the great minds, we need to get together and we need to boycott all these Tamahu shit, man. We want them to pack his river bottom grand up, his frozen food, his po chop, right? What else? What else is? His K9 dog, pack all that up because we deal with the Zolo and the Jackal, them eye dogs. You can pack all that shit up and we gonna take you back to the caves, man, because it's about that time now. That sun heating up, ain't it? Boy, in Europe, they tearing them a piece. Boy, over in Europe, they getting that work. The sun giving them that work over there. And over here, they just ain't reporting it. That sun is giving them that work, y'all, as we speak. They not on the beaches like they were. The sunblock ain't working no more with that zinc in it. That zinc ain't blocking it no more. That zinc making it worse. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Stay away. Stay out the devil's way. Give him back his drugs because he putting poison on it. Even the weed, he putting poison on it. It's a weapon. It's a weapon of mass destruction now. At this point, we gonna grow our own shit. We don't want the shit that he growing no more because he hybridized and poison the shit. So we want him to pack the shit that he growing up and take that shit with him. We gonna grow our own shit. Yeah. That part. We're gonna go back to making our own beer, our own wine. Yeah, that sun dropping them, man. Just like Doc said, man, free Dr. Malachi York. Doc said exactly that. He said, man, he said, just hang tight. That sun finna come back and burn them up like vampires. Hang tight. They gonna try to get up out of here. They gonna try to go underground. They gonna try to go to other planets. When they went to other planets, they found out people are already there. They said that we didn't want you there. We don't want you here. We know who you are and we know what you're all about. You can't stay here. Just like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, go on up there. We'll bring you back. Right? Because you can't go out in space without a suit on. Go out there without a suit on. The first thing that the outer space attract, like the Honorable Minister Farrakhan said, is the outer space draw water. So your eyes will pop out. You explode out there. Can't go out there and stay. Come on back. And when you come on back down, we're gonna cast you into the bottom of the bottomless pit. We're gonna cast them right into the. Yeah, it's G.O., man. They didn't crossbred your weed with hair run. That's why you're having cold sweats and shit when you try to quit. You addicted to it. Weed wasn't addictive, man. 20 years ago, weed wasn't addictive. Now it's like you smoking crack. You addicted, you gotta have it every day. You gotta smoke 2 or 3 of them a day. Some of y'all. Because it's mixed with heroin, man. You smoking heroin. And you don't even know it. And then don't add it to some cigars, They call that a blunt. And you know what blunt means? Not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Go look it up. Blunt means not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Why? Because it's killing your short-term brain cells. It's killing your memory. Because they don't want you to remember who you are, that you are God. So they got to kill your memory. There's ways around that too. You don't hear me though? Keep smoking that shit and see how far, see you gonna miss out on getting your God body back. Watch what I tell you. All of us that's on another page, we going into the God body. That shit gonna slow you down. You gotta quit it now, man. You did it for long enough, and you talking about somebody that used to smoke a half a pound a day alive. You know what I'm saying? Talking to somebody who used to smoke a half a pound a day. So I know what it is. We ain't playing no games. We just coming to tell you the truth. So help us, netters. Help us, netterus. Open their eyes so they can see. You see what I'm saying? We kicking the loose. We kicking the Luciferians out of earth. Hey, Lucifer, son of the morning, I'm gonna chase you out of earth. Well, the Luciferians are the Tamahus, especially those that think they racist. Man, you only racist because you remember the ones that's racist is the ones that remember what we did to them. That's why they don't like us. The ones that's not, they don't remember, they don't know. But the ones that hate us, they remember, hey, they used to have us on leashes, man, like dogs. And our great grandmothers used to breastfeed them because they mother didn't have no legitimate milk to make them grow strong. But so the ones that Big Mama breastfed, they don't want to get involved. They say, man, why can't we all just get along? The Tamahus like that, they was getting that one job from Big Mama off that breast milk. You thought we forgot? Man, we don't forget nothing. And we don't forgive nothing neither. We ain't forgiving or forgetting. And we so loving and we ain't gonna even do you like that. We just want you to kick rocks and leave us alone. That's how we acting. Kick rocks, leave us alone. Go back, take that frozen food, that river bottom grand you got, that fake ass smile, right? All your drugs, your pork, and get the hell on. Right? Because the real natives, we had wild hog over here. We didn't deal with domesticated pigs. Right? Yeah, we ain't trying to be mean. We just want you to leave us alone and get off our land. We don't need you here no more. You nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Ever since you came. The land you done pause in the water. We used to be able to take a cup and go to the river and scoop some water off the top and drink it. Man, it was like drinking spring water. You can't do that now. Why? Because he brought all his industrials in and polluted our water. And in some cases, he poisoned our water to wipe us out, like he did to Washington. Once we beat him in court and won our land back, all of a sudden now our water getting poisoned with lead and other things. He wanted to poison our water and then bottle all of it up. That's so funny, man. Other extraterrestrials laugh at that. Y'all paying for water here? When the planet is 70% water? Y'all paying for water? Man, it's more water than anything. If nothing else is free, water should be free. But no, the Tamahu's pausing it, man. And then say, oh, we don't know what happened. They burn your house down in the middle of the night in white robes, but say we don't know what happened. And some of them people under them white robes were they masters, the dark skinned Felicians. You can see the black hand from under the white robe. And actually they was some of them suckers live right next door to you, but then they pop up at night with a white robe on. And you can see the black hand, and they got the white Tamahus, right? Setting the fire, burning the cross. And then next day, just like it was a dude, I'm gonna tell you who they are. Just like it was a dude named Lawrence who used to live next door to us, and we used to be playing football, and he'd call the police on us. And then when the police get out there, he'll come out there and act like hey, what's going on, man? What happened? And the whole time he didn't call the cops on us. We found out because my stepdad used to drink beer with him, and he said, man, you know, Lawrence is the one that be calling the police on y'all. And we say, what? This dude, every time the police come, he always coming out there asking what happened, like, man, who called the cops? And the whole time he called the cops. And he looked like us, but he wasn't us. He don't like it. He ain't like us. Yeah, man. He the one playing the 12. He the one calling the cops. Well, the police is being done away with right now. Because a lot of these cities don't got enough money to pay your contract no more to keep you keep y'all occupying army. Call the police, the pole and the least here to they claim to protect and serve, but they here just to serve the pole and the least of us. Right? They here just to serve us, not to protect. So now a lot of these franchise corporations you calling cities, like the city of, is all franchise corporations under federal jurisdiction. Now they can't afford the police no more. Nobody's really speeding no more. They ain't really got, so they can't really write tickets. So now they got to keep coming up with more statutes and codes so they can keep their game going. But it's a wrap now. You administrative judges, it's a wrap now. If you ain't a constitutional judge, we ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. American citizens about to go out. Ain't gonna be no more American citizens or United States citizens after 2030. That's a wrap. Ain't no more U.S. citizens after 2030. You're not gonna get your chip thing off. All that you Illuminatis and New World Orders, all the plans, that's a wrap. You didn't make the deadline. You supposed to got that off by 2012, man. You about 14 years behind. And you missed the deadline, man. It's a wrap for you, old Lou. Kick rocks. Kick rocks, man. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. And the next time you try to come back, we shoot you on sight, just like that tribe in Africa. When the Tamahus come on their land, they shooting them on sight. They shoot the Tamahu on sight, man. Yeah. And your overlords, the black hand, they getting it too. Because we know how to spot them now. Know how to spot them? Doc taught us how to spot them. Cut some music on. It's hard for them to dance in that black avatar. And them Tamahus can't dance either. The beat right here, they way over there. The beat can be right here, they way over there. So off beat, it ain't even funny. No rhythm whatsoever. That's why they don't belong. No rhythm, man. We gonna win this war, like Doc said, because we can dance and they can't. Yeah, we can dance, they can't. And even their overlords who are in them black avatars, it's hard to control that avatar and stay on beat. So they can't dance either. Yeah, man. We on to all of them. Yeah, man. R.I.P. Frankie Beverly Mays. One of our greats. From New Orleans. I think Beverly Mays from New Orleans. The N.O. You heard me? And these people that y'all trying to call dirty Moors, they not Moors. They say they Moors and they not. They say they're real jewelers, but they not. They are the synagogues of Satan. They are reptilians in human form who are shade-shifting avatars who eat children and drink blood. And it's cool for them because it's part of the food chain. That's why they ain't got no problem with it. Right? Man, the day and they days are done. And they're at the point of no return. Ain't no coming back after this. When we go into this sun cycle, it's a wrap. You will never rule again. Your rule was unjust under the moon cycle. Y'all were lunatics. They act like lunatics. You think that Willie Lynch, whoever wrote the Willie Lynch, and it was a dark-skinned African joker that wrote that shit too. Think that Willie Lynch wasn't no lunatic shit? You had to be a lunatic to want to tie a pregnant woman together by two horses and beat both horses till they ripped the lady apart and the baby fall out and you stomped the baby to death. They ain't no lunatic crap. You don't think? Man, what they do that at? You gotta be a lunatic. Huh? Yeah, so it's a wrap. The moon energy is finna flip, man, on them. The moon about to explode into his own sun. I'm telling you, it's about to catch on fire. Because that's really gunpowder on the moon. You don't know. That moon surface is loaded with helium-3, which is highly explosive. So what you think that's why, look, what you think it's gonna do when that moon explodes and turn into a ball of light? Because we really we already in a binary star system, you know. So we don't got time to argue with retards, racist Tamahus who mad because we know now. We don't got time to get in bed with suckers that trying to extort us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing it, man. You got the wrong ball game, bro. You gotta catch that shit across the Atlantic. We ain't dealing with that no more over here. It's a wrap for y'all. And we thinking it in our mind as a unit. It's a wrap for them. Everybody thinking it's a wrap. Everybody know it's a wrap for y'all. So you can either go back to the caves on your own, or the sun can wipe your ass out, and if whatever's left, they make it to the caves. Make it. Yeah, man, you going back to the caves, man, and you can get mad at me all you want. It ain't my doing. It's the sun doing. The Son of God. Since you want to play games with your Spanish Inquisition and all that. That sun frying they behind left and right like zombies, boy. And then you say that when they as they burning, if you mention, oh, I'm a Moor, they start burning faster. They burn faster, boy. They don't care what you call yourself, but if you say Moor, ha ha, they start burning like vampires. I'm telling you, man. I'm speaking nothing but truth. Don't matter what the hell you say. I don't give a damn who you are. They burn like, I'm telling you, man. It's a damn shame, boy. And how nice. We ain't under that post-traumatic. We ain't the post-traumatic slave babies, man. This is a new generation. The post-traumatic slave babies, you took most of the rest of them out with the jab. They got them, a lot of them out here with the jab. I'm telling you, man. We ain't no post-traumatic slave babies. We don't believe your Jesus, your Muhammad, none of that. None of that, bruh. And you can get mad out if you religious on here, man, you need to grow up, bruh. You need to grow up. Islam came around chopping your head. Muhammad told them to go chop your head off if you want to be Muslim. You can't make nobody do nothing by force. That's against universal law. So they force you to be Christians. They force you to be Muslims. They force you to be some accept this indoctrination called in Judaism, which is nothing but all plagiarized. All three of them are plagiarized right from us, right out of our original information. We already had 42 negative confessions. We don't need 10. You say you got 613. We don't need all of it, man. We can just use one. Do unto others as you want done unto you. We don't need to go through 613. Do unto others as you want done unto you. So if you punch me in the mouth and I punch you back in the mouth, man, don't get mad. Do unto others as you want done unto you. They mad because a sister, I think it was at a Walmart, she blasted the Tamahu back to the underdarkness. Yes, your sister. And they saying she should do time. She ain't had to shoot him. She could have got in her car and left. Nah, she did right. Blasting that Tamahu, sending the cast and that jinn back to the underdarkness. We cast jinn back in the underdarkness. He was acting like a jinn, so his ass got casted into hell, into the bottom of his pit. Yeah, that 4-5 to the chest and to the dome, or that 357 to the chest and to your dome, cast your ass into underdarkness. Yeah, blow you right to the other side. Good night. Yeah, bang, 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 bang. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that sister was just defending herself, and they make like they need her to do some time because she shot a Tamahu. Man, yeah, that Tamahu got it. He was acting like a jinn, so she beheaded him with that Smith and West. That Smith and Weston beheaded him. Man, more power to that sister there, man, for defending herself. You don't gotta take no mess from nobody. We ain't in them days no more. This ain't the 60s and 50s, man, 20s. You crazy? Get your cap twisted back. And then they still running this wag the dog and these crisis actors trying to get us riled up with this black on white crime, which is all, a lot of it is fake news. Try to incite us. It's part of the dark blue lodge Freemason agenda. And the Arab Pike scheme and the learned elders design plays a part in it. And the Mars and Dogma. I got all these books. So yeah, man, stay strapped and don't let nobody play with you. Defend yourself. And if you got to cast a jinn back in the underdarkness, don't hesitate. Yeah, don't hesitate to cast no jinn, man. Yeah, behead them on sight. Cause we non-stop action and we at war. You don't think so? When somebody trying to poison our deodorant, our toothpaste with fluoride, they poison our deodorant with aluminum, they frying our food, they poisoning our water. These people are they so bad they kamikaze. But then they got like a little small section in there to say kosher. Started to read some of the back of that, it don't got no poison in it. If it say kosher, and who food is that? And we think these people ain't part of the game. Can't say them, you can't talk about them. The UN came out now and said you can't even talk about the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. Why? Because they not the real, they involved and they gonna burn just like they masters, but they masters look like us, but they ain't us. And hide in the dark. Don't want you to know their name. If they so gangsters, they so tough, why don't they want nobody to know their names? They say the best way to move is in silent. Well, you ain't moving in silent no more because we know your names. I got a whole book I'm writing right now called The 13 Families, and I'm probably gonna drop it tomorrow. I'm really done writing it. I'm already done writing the book. All I gotta do is I'm just gonna put it in audio form and drop it. 13 black, and I'm breaking down all the names and what crimes they commit, like stealing artwork and selling dope. And they the ones that owned the British Indian Company that went into China and doped everybody up. Just like they trying to dope you up right now, Nubian man, native man, indigenous man. They trying to keep you doped up with that weed you smoking. And you think it's a game. You think you doing something, man. You think it's normal. Nah, you smoking modern day crack, my nigga. You don't want to admit it. You smoking modern day crack, my nigga. And heroin. I'm telling you, weed is the new crack. You can get mad at me all you want. The truth will set you free. Or make you free, for that matter. Their hospitals, all of them about to fade out too. We about to start back opening up our own natural healing centers, our own doula centers. This is we in a transitioning phase right now on all of this, y'all. Yeah, man, stay away from it, man, unless you growing your own shit. Don't smoke, man. Stop smoking that shit, man. I'm telling you, bro. It's poison. And they even spraying some on it now, like ethanol. They spraying that some purple shit on it that make you man. I'm telling you, it's poison, man. Worse than it was 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 5 years ago. It's worse than that 5 years ago because they know all of y'all smoke it. They got rappers that help promote it. They smoking it, and half of them rappers are dumb as a box of rocks. Barely can even write their name down. Yeah, the ones that smoking that shit. I'm telling you, man. That shit slow you down. If you start smoking it, watch how fast you move. Watch how you just see how everything I'm telling you, the only reason you was smoking it is so you can stay on their level. Now stop smoking and see how far you just go. Boom. It's you spending all your money on the shit anyway. That's why you always broke because of that shit. I'm telling you. It's taking all your money. You living check to check because you trying to get high. That sounds like a crackhead to me. But you don't hear me though. Don't get offended. Embrace the truth and live up to it. And get straight, man. Get lined out. Get yourself right, my people. Get yourself right, man. We don't need nothing he got no more. It's a wrap. Yeah. It's a wrap, boys and girls. Shout out Tori Elohim, man. The sister Tori Elohim. Go check out her YouTube channel, man. She be on with me and Arisha. Yeah, somebody Supermind say Supreme Mind say he grow his own joint. He grow his own stuff. Like I say, man. Yeah, the med beds, they already got them. The med beds is over 3,000-4,000 years old, maybe even older than that. They found the med beds in South America when they went digging in some of them under them pyramids. Took them a while to figure out what it was. We call it a sarcophagus. And all they did is reverse engineer it and create. Theirs ain't even better than the one they from the 5,000 or however old it is. It's older than 1,000 some years. They haven't really duplicated the technology fully. They only got about 60% of the technology off the old med beds, and they using that to heal people. We got a whole AI video on the med beds in the playlist called Health is Wealth. You want to learn about the med beds, go in the playlist we got called Health is Wealth, and then scroll down and watch the med bed tapes. And it break down about how the scientists found the original med bed down in South America, in Peru, and they took it and tried to reverse engineer it at S4 Area 51. Then they went to the Chicago Institute, and that's where when they got on it up there, that's where they was able to duplicate some of the information. Yeah, man, we've been using med beds for thousands of years down in South America and probably in Africa too. But they found it in South America. They found more than it. They found a lot of technology down there that they don't want to tell you. They cannot tell you how far you was advanced before they came and reset you. They cannot tell you that. They don't mention the talk. Did they ever teach you about the Tartarian civilization empire in high school or college? Nah, they never tell you about that. Because Rockefeller controlled the educational board. Rockefeller was funding all of it. And he didn't need no thinkers. He needed workers. He needed number of slaves, man. He ain't need no thinkers. See, that telling you about the Tarzian Empire, they would have made you start thinking. Like, hey, man, hold on, we had light bulbs and all this? Hold on, man, we had electric cars back then? In the 1800s, 1893, we had electric cars, and we had elevators, and we had escalators. We had all this. We had huge blimps that were traveling around with unlimited fuel because it pulled oxygen out the air. Nah, man, Rockefeller didn't need you knowing none of that. That'll make you start thinking. He didn't need you thinking. He needs you working and cracking your back for minimum wage for $7.50. $7.50. He needs you living check to check, so you stay dependent on him. The system. He needs you clocking in and working 8 hours and 8 days a week. I mean 7 days, well 5 days at least, and 40 hours. 8 hours a day. That's what Ford came out with. We even got that breakdown in the World's Banker playlist. It's called The Masters of the Grand Clock. Go watch that. On how they set up and say, oh, we got to keep you here 40 hours a week, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. And then we'll give you some off time when we feel like it. Nah, bruh. That's plantation talk. We ain't made for that. We ain't built for that. Huh? Yeah. We ain't built for that, man. Everybody hit that like, hit that subscribe button, man. Yeah, the spell is broken. The spell is broken, y'all. The spell is broken. We ain't going for no more. We don't believe nothing you say no more. We don't want none of your poison, your soda, all that. You can take all that shit with you. Cause we ain't put high fructose corn syrup in our sodas. We put sugar cane. Go down to Mexico, drink a soda. It's totally different from they banned the sodas from America. Go down to Mexico, Peru, drink your soda down there. It's got made with real sugar cane. It ain't no poison in it. Get you a soda over here, it's 97% sugar. Now, how much the hell is that in water if 90%, 7% is sugar? Boy, I tell you, this devil, and he just keep on trying to push this narrative because of the ignorant. Yeah, that's what's causing us to be poisoned. And he overindulged us in meat and the way that we cook the meat. See, we didn't ever fry no meat over here. We always smoked our meat. That's why a lot of y'all like barbecuing. That's all we ever did over here with our meat. Is grilled it roasted and barbecued. We never fried nothing with no grease. That's these French coming with it. French fries and all this. We didn't do none of that. And even the potato, the sweet potato, they native to America, to South America. That's what they don't want to tell you. How the hell we had watermelon over here before Christopher Columbus, but then nobody was going back and forth? Man, we don't believe you no more. We don't believe none you taught us in school besides the science and math, and even some of that shit is behind 1,000 years. Right? We don't believe none of your English, none of your history. All your history stories was a lie. Deliberately lie. Not just a lie, it was deliberate lie. On purpose lie. To generate a narrative to benefit you world banking elite suckers. Who think because, if we take them out, man, if you take me out, 7 more gonna come in and take my place. 7 more people worse, way more dangerous than me, way more smarter than me gonna take my place. So you'd be wasting your damn time. You might as well deal with me. I'm telling you. Or whoever else that's out teaching what we teaching. Right? You try to get rid of Rod, you try to get rid of anybody that's doing the right thing, 7 more people gonna replace them. That's way more dangerous than them. So you just gonna speed up your time of getting the hell out of here. Because you go get the hell out of here, one way or the other. You hear me? He getting the hell out of here. It's a wrap. If you want to show me some love on the cash out for the class, about to get ready to get up out of here, man. You want to show me some love on the cash out, go right ahead. We don't care what you send us. If you send us something or not, it don't even matter, man. At this point. Shout out Chief Mac, though, man. The big homie Chief Mac on the dead homies, cuz. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make that man look like a scam, and these people are fake and phonies. But everybody got a call back that sent the money. So yeah, it's all good. It's all love though. We ain't worried about it. The ancestors, suckers like that, they want to play games. The ancestors will deal with them, because the universe don't like ugly. Not ugly in physical appearance, ugly spirits. The universe don't like ugly spirits, and something bad gonna happen to your ass. You're gonna get hit by a bus. Bad shit happen to ugly spirits because they draw that energy. They call that energy towards them. They it's like a magnet. And on that note, man, one love, one heart, man. Free the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. York. Free Jeff Ford, the Air Rookin. Free Larry Hoover, man. Let the 3 kings walk. Right? Let the 3 chiefs walk, man. We out. Wadu, we send divine love throughout the balanced universe to all. Peace. Hotel.